Hey everyone, it's Tiana from the Maniology team, and I'm so happy you guys could be here to join me on another Maniology Live. You know exactly what time it is. It's 1:30. It is Tuesday. So thank you so much for being here because today I'm going to be discussing a tutorial, but you know how else we do. We talk about techniques, hacks, and everything else. So thank you so much for being here with me on your Tuesday. And of course, if you love talking about any of those things that I just mentioned, love seeing the stamping process, want to kind of brush up on your skills, then you've definitely come to the right place. So make sure you subscribe to our Maniology channel. We have such a large library already of pieces of content. And can you believe that after what 5 years or so, we're still creating more and more, which is amazing. And we appreciate all of you being here, whether you're a newbie or you are a seasoned fan of maniology. Thank you so much for being here. It's always good to show some appreciation. And I know you guys are all interested in what I'm going to be jumping into today, which is wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's so warm in here. Um, Remind me to shut off my fan when I start stamping because that's going to really suck. Um, Before I jump into all of that, I just want to give a quick shout out to those who may be new stampers. If you find yourself getting a little frustrated at the stamping process or you just have really basic questions, please, please, please go ahead and check out our stamping tutorial guide. It's a 5 course, under a 5 minute guide that Dev and I created for really just anybody. You could be a seasoned stamper. Maybe you stepped away from stamping for a long time. You have some really basic questions. I know we have a lot of content, we have a lot in our library, but it's so much nicer to see and hear all the information in some organized fashion. It might actually make the educating process a lot easier for those who are maybe just starting off with stamping. So I wanted to be able to offer that to you guys. Go to www.maniology.com/free course. Don't worry, I checked out the website. It's up, it's running, it's already there. And we'd love to be able to offer this to you guys. Deb and I worked really hard on putting this together, put our brains together, and trying to address all the things that we feel are really commonly asked questions and anything that can help get the ball rolling for the whole nail stamping journey. So go check this out, www.maniology.com/free course. The link, if you didn't get it, is also in the description below and is also going to be in the chat. So just wanted to put that out there. Definitely check it out. But today I am going to be, so I don't know exactly where you guys have been, but we came out with a huge, huge summer and anniversary release. It is our anniversary month. Happy, happy birthday to Maniology. And we came out with a lot of stuff, a lot of new things. Um, but one plate really has stood out to me. And it's so funny where inspiration can really just come from. Um, and I have this little trinket here. So I like to, um, I've always been a kid that likes to collect rocks and shells. Of course, growing up in Hawaii, that's just the thing, right? Picking up shells. And I have this beauty that has been in my collection for such a long time. And I was looking at it and I was like, shells, it just seems like that is where I'm heading. So this is I believe it's called a limpet. You can go ahead and look at it. But in Hawaiian, we call this opihi, and it has like a mussel in here, and we enjoy eating it. Um, Maybe not necessarily me. I did grow up eating this, but I don't really enjoy the flavor now. Maybe I need to try it again as an adult. But we just like would eat this off the rock because it was so good and so tasty. But it's definitely like a native food that we would eat. But isn't this shell so gorgeous? I can't stop looking at it. I can't stop showing it to you guys. So I was inspired by shells. So today I am going to do our how-to on the Tidepool Trinkets nail plate. which I have right here. And I will go ahead and show this to you because I'm sure you guys would want to see this. Now, this plate came out just last week, brand spanking new. As you can see, I haven't even touched it yet. And if you know me, I like to sample things before I do them, but oh, excuse me. But today is not one of those days. We're going to wing it. So this is live as live is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and do this how-to together. And now if you're wondering by any chance, ooh, let me get that out of the way, which how-to I am referring to, we have these wonderful kind of inspiration nail images and stuff that are created by our in-house designers just to kind of get the ball rolling, to give you an inspiration of what the plate has the capability of doing. And sometimes, a lot of times actually, we get questions from our fans or just people who are wondering like, oh, what color was used and all of this kind of stuff? And how did they put this and this together? So we found that actually doing these how-tos have really served as like a really helpful guide for people who really want to follow along and who are picking up the plate and want to get started on doing a nail look, and they want to know everything that's used. So this is something, this would be my take on the image, and we can get started. You know, talking about the shell and seeing the shell plate is really, really making me a little homesick. Oh, let's see. Can I bring you guys a little closer to me? Let's see. Can I? Yeah, that's a tiny bit closer. Tiny bit closer, right? It's making me a little homesick, and it's no secret. I am currently not on the island of Oahu. I relocated almost a year ago, and you know it's summertime. This is play season in Hawaii, which there is no off play season. I guess the seasons really kind of stay the same and consistent, but I'm just missing home right now. I was born and raised in Hawaii, so being away is making me miss home a little. So just so you know, I use coconut as my base here. I already got that taken care of. And I also have the image in front of me. We're going to take a look at that and let's make a start. And you know, making sure I have everything. Oh my gosh, it is warm. And I don't think I'm going to be able to turn off this fan. This is crazy. Where are we keeping our ACs at, people? People who have the ability to run AC, because I know stuff be expensive. Where are we putting it at? Because this is crazy warm. And I know this is not even the hottest part of summer-esque. Oh. I know it's not technically summer. We're heading there, but my thighs say otherwise. It is warm. Write it in the comments. Where are we keep? What is a reasonable temperature to keep your air condition at? Like, let somebody know. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I'm doing all the work off camera and not letting you guys all in. What's the point of the live, right? So what happens when you talk and move at the same time. So right here, I have a makeup wedge that I am actually reusing. It was one that I had used previously. We do not throw away old makeup wedges. We reuse them until we cannot reuse them anymore. And I am using Grateful. I'm sorry, this is catnip. Catnip. And I'm not doing exactly half-half. But I'm gonna do, I thought I had paper here. I'm gonna blot some of that to kind of mix the color here. And I'm gonna use that at like the top, the tip of the nail here. Okay, that didn't exactly come out the way that I had expected it to. And I think that's because I was talking too much. Okay, let me just be quiet so I can actually do what I had intended to do. Blot. One day I need to do wet this and then show you guys what it is, because that technique also works too. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so I'll just leave that on the side for now. And I'm going to use Boba, which is this gorgeous dark brown. And I'm going to use this kind of, I know there's so many shells that look like this. It's not exactly a scallop shell, but it kind of looks like it. I'm going to pick that image up. And I'm going to try and use a monocle stamper today. It's not that I'm new to monocle stampers. It's just not my favorite. But there is purpose for it. So today I figured, let's use the monocle. Okay. Now I know this is a do as I say, not as I do situation. I do have a fan running behind me. Okay. So we're going to use this like this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, before I start pressing down all of those little flyaways, no, please don't stick. We're gonna fix this quickly. Now with lines like this that are so, they're like, there's a lot of line work. You do not want to just pop off the image, because flyaways can be really pesky and can actually mess up your image like that. So you kind of don't want to do that. Okay. So there's the thumb. Okay. Now this next part for the pointer, we are going to be using this image. Now, it looks like there is some, I want to say like reverse stamping, but I'm not going to use that technique just because I want it to look a little more organic than that. So, you know, honestly, I think I want to just dry brush it. So going back in with the catnip design, what I mean by dry brushing is basically I like to do this technique where I take off as much polish as I possibly can. I know it doesn't look like much to you on camera and stuff, but you see how I'm not taking on like a gob of polish. And I am just going to kind of lightly brush in the areas following the image. So it looks a little more organic. Like, I don't want it to look perfect. You know, reverse stamping can, it tends to look like a perfectly colored in image. And, shells are nature and not everything in nature is perfect. So and the imperfect parts is what we enjoy, right? So I'll leave it like that. So just using basically the polish that is left on the brush, you create this kind of organic look here. And so now I'm going to pick up this image using boba. I didn't clean my stamper. That's okay. We're going to make it work. Okay. So I know you guys can see that. You see all those little fine lines. We don't want to just pop that image off. We want to make sure that all the lines stay on the nail and do not come off with you on the stamper and fly back off. So there you go. That is the pointer. I love showing you guys these, some of the images that we do offer as inspiration on our website, they're meant to be more challenging, but I like to also show these because they probably look a lot more challenging than they actually are. So I guess that's the beauty of doing these how-tos, to show you exactly how easy it is to get started with the whole nail stamping process. Just like this next one, super easy. I love this design. And so that's what we're going to be using for the middle finger here. And it is literally just one stamp, one color, boba, scrape, pick up the image, and stamp. I cannot wait to use this plate on myself. Seriously. Let me straighten this out. Look at that. We already have 3 nails done. This is where we're at. Okay. I thought today was actually going to be a lot longer. I don't know. This is proving to be really simple. So I guess, but we'll just roll with it, right? Okay, so now we're going to come back to our sponge. And for the ring finger, we have a little bit of gradient. And for interest, we're just going to flip it around. Put some of this color catnip back on. And also coconut. Oops. Totally did not mean to do that. Okay, so make sure that that brown part with the catnip is towards, I was going to say the Oh my gosh. Now it's like, what was I even going to say? Unula? Yeah. Tiana making up her own words. The cuticle. That's what I had meant to say while I'm over here making up my own words. Ha ha ha. Just laugh that off as some brain fart for Tiana. Okay, so the next image we are going to use is this, another pretty, very organic image. Okay. Make sure to clean off your stamper heads because I know there's been a couple of times where I'm like, oh, didn't clean it. And I just got lucky because of how big the monocle stamper is. 4 nail tips down. My goodness, this is awesome. And it just gets easier. Okay, the last image looks like, I think it is this image here. Go back in with boba, scrape. And we're going in with the pinky. And this is what it, you know what, give me a second. I'm gonna clean this off because I realized that the whole time I'm looking at this image and I have not even shown you what this image looks like. So let's see, shall we? So right here, actually, we have Tidepool Trinkets. And that is the image right there. And here's what we made. What do you guys think? Hmm? Give me some comments. Give me some hearts if you guys love this manicure. I was not expecting it to be so quick. But I also love how quick it is because I feel like there's a lot of times people are so hesitant to want to even try nail stamping because of how difficult it looks. So to show simple, quick looks, quick manicures that you can easily put together that do not take a lot of time, do not take a lot of effort, and do not take a lot of color. That's another thing too. I think it's such a we want to get creative and sometimes it just gets so, I don't know if you guys feel like this. You know, sometimes I get so caught up in my mind that I'm like, oh, I don't have the right color, I don't have the right this, and I don't have the right that. So therefore I cannot make a manicure. But sometimes simplest is best. Like literally, this is only 3 colors that I used. If you don't dig the brown, you can choose another color. If you wanted to do it shiny, you could totally switch out any of these colors for something that's a little shinier. But it is completely up to you. 3 colors is totally all you needed. If you didn't even want to do that, you probably just could have got away with the coconut and the boba and called it a day, really. The gradient is like just the extra creme de la creme if you wanted to do something extra creative. I mean, I did, look at this, we did gradient, we did dry brushing, we did stamping, um, really. So I just want to encourage all of you, no matter where you're on, where you're at in the nail stamping journey, it really does not have to be that difficult. And that's another reason why Dev and I created that free course. Um, for any of you, all of you, it doesn't even matter where you're at on the nail stamping journey. Go check it out. You might even get some tidbits. May not. Maybe you'll just be happy to see our faces and hear our voices, but I swear it won't be a waste of your time. They're literally less than 10 minutes each. I would even say less than 5 minutes each. Um, go check it out. It's really simple. Add your name. You just get the courses. They unlock each day. Super, super simple. And it's no mess, no stress, nail stamping. And again, then you can create super simple but super eye-catching nail art like this. So one nail stamp, 3 colors, all the creativity you can muster into one nail art, and you can come up with things like this. So I really hate to cut off this live right now, but I really actually have nothing else to contribute to this really beautiful manicure. So again, if you love this manicure or you want to see more how-tos like this, or you have any recommendations, definitely write them in the comments. We do check them out, and we'd love to look into them for you, or give any suggestions that you might have, or answer any of your technique questions that you might have. It might also be in the tutorial too. So really quick, I'm gonna slide this back in, www.maniology.com/free course. Don't worry if you didn't get this down in the live. You can also get the link in our description. It's also in the chat box. And we hope that if you picked up this plate and it's on the way, awesome. If you didn't pick it up and now you're interested, definitely go check that out. It is our anniversary month. This is part of our newest release for our anniversary birthday, and or birthday anniversary, however you want to look at it. We're 7 years old now, Maniology is. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for supporting. And that's going to sign me off for today's live. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next live. And have a wonderful Tuesday. Take care. Bye.